Hello all you dinosaur-loving friends out there, Killer Shrew fan here, ready to bring you yet another killer toy review. And today we are going to be continuing in our quest to knock out the remaining Safari Limited figures that are new for 2017. So today, we're going to be looking at a figure that I think has sort of redeemed them from the past two underwhelming figures that we've taken a look at, the Diplodocus and the Giganotosaurus. Today we're going to be taking a look at this guy. It is the new for 2017 feathered Velociraptor from Safari Limited. And wow, oh wow, we are back on track, Safari. This is a great figure from them, and I can't wait to get a closer look at it. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. Starting off at the head there, as you can see, he does have the classic Safari Limited sticker with the rubber band holding it on there, which is great because you can take this tag off and put it back on at will. It doesn't interfere with your dioramas, it doesn't interfere with displaying, and if you want it to look like it just came off the shelf, you can throw it right back on there after you're done displaying it. So that's a great system. Good on you, Safari. But anywho, let's get a closer look at this dinosaur, shall we? Starting off at the head, as you can see, they have sculpted just a little bit of scale towards the tip of the nose and on the lower jaw there, which is accurate to Dromaeosaurs, how the feathers would go up onto the face and end just at the point there. They have sculpted all of his individual needle-like teeth in there, and they look great. It looks a little washed out in my light. There, that's a little better. They look awesome. A little white for my taste, but again, that's a mild complaint. On the inside, they have not sculpted a palate, but you do get a nice tongue in there that looks a little moist. It probably could have used a little more gloss, but I'm really just nitpicking at this point. This figure is overall very well done. I love the eyes. The eyes are very beady and bird-like, especially on this side. It's got that nice sort of goth lining to it, which really makes it stand out against those white feathers there. Going down the neck, you can see that all of the feathers have been individually sculpted and painted all the way down across the entire body, and that is just an amazing amount of detail to cram into one figure. Going down the arms, you see the wing feathers with the correct length, lovely painting, and correctly pronated hands, always facing inwards, which is great to see. I mean, Safari Limited, I read that they collaborated with actual paleontologists to create their models this year, and it really shows because they have been very accurate. And it's great to see that they care that much. On the underside, it's a little washed out because it's completely white, but you can see that the feathers have been sculpted on that part too. Going down the body, you've got a very bird-like leg right there. It really does look like a chicken leg from KFC, that calf, and it's just so cool to see that they are paying so much attention to how they are sculpting this anatomy. You've got the feet with the infamous sickle claw back there, poised and ready to strike, but these are not feathered as we know they were not. On both sides you can see that. And they've sculpted in tiny little pebble-like scales on both feet, which is a lovely little detail. I like that they included scales on this figure, unlike their Giganotosaurus, which was a bit of a letdown. Going up the leg, you've got a nice bird-like leg on this side too. Going down, you see the feathers sort of fan out. It does not have that sort of thin and then the really circular feather ending, which we know they did not have. It's just sort of getting longer and longer, sort of like a... oh gosh, I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's, again, highly accurate to what we understand about Dromaeosaurs, and it really is great to see that they pay that much attention to the facts of the species. On the underside, you've got, you can't really tell in this video, but you've got all the pertinence down there with the stamp, all that nonsense. And that about takes care of the overall look of this figure. He is painted with an orangish color, and then they dry brushed some brown over there to really make those feathers pop. They did not do that on the underside. I kind of wish they did. They started to on the legs there, it looks like, but they didn't do it on the rest. And I think that really would have made this figure go up another level if the underside feathers stood out as well as the top. But again, I'm nitpicking. One more nitpick, the sort of gray area on the top of the head doesn't really gradiate into the orange. It just is sort of slapped on there. I don't know, I think it's nice that they broke up the orange with that splash of gray, but I do wish it gradiated. Again, nitpick, I know, I'm just looking at little things, because overall this figure is another knockout from Safari Limited, and that's about all I have to say about that. Oh, just how big is this great little raptor? Well, let's bring in our trusty dusty tape measure and find out. So from the tip of the tail, from the tip of the tail all the way to the front, you're looking at right around 8.5 inches, and from the base all the way to the highest point, which is going to be the head, you're looking at just under 3 inches, just above 2.25 inches, so a very good sized figure. Let's get into some size comparisons right away. At first, we're going to bring in the also new for 2017 feathered Coelophysis, and if you recall, I was kind of on this figure too, but seeing them together, it's kind of cool having yet another feathered creature to bring to the mix, and you can kind of get an idea of how those two size up next to each other. Next up, we're going to bring in the Carnegie feathered Velociraptor, and this is another example of Safari Limited, you know, without making Carnegie, not having the Carnegie name attached. I think Safari Limited has taken this figure and gotten to another level with it. I mean, this figure came out in, 2015? That's only 2 years ago. And just look at the amount of improvement that we have to this new variation released from Safari Limited. It really is impressive how far they have come. Great job, Safari. Now, once again, we do not have bananas to show you, so in light of that, we are going to bring in another interesting figure. It's this guy, the 2016 Papo Feathered Velociraptor. And you've heard me say it before, I usually prefer Papo to Safari Limited. I know Safari Limited is the more scientifically accurate of the two brands, but as far as detail work and sculpture work goes, I always go to Papo because they are like sideshow collectibles quality at an affordable price. They are really amazing, but I really do think that Safari Limited has given Papo a run for their money with this feathered Velociraptor. That's how good it is. Safari Limited has gotten themselves up onto the level of Papo in terms of detail and sculpture and finish with this piece. So congratulations to Safari Limited. Hats off to you. You've made a great figure with this Velociraptor. So folks, that concludes our look at the new for 2017 Safari Limited feathered Velociraptor. Overall, I think I'm going to give this figure another 9 out of 10 for Safari Limited. It is just awesome, and it's so great to see that they have redeemed themselves from the previous 2 videos that I've done. I mean, this figure is everything you would want in a Velociraptor figure, and that's what I think. 9 out of 10. Great job, Safari Limited. But I want to know what you guys think. Your opinions matter to me. Comment down below what you think of this figure. Do you love it like I do? Do you prefer the Papo or the Carnegie brand to this one? Do you, are you with me that Safari has overtaken Papo with this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't be afraid to hit that like button and subscribe to us for more killer toy reviews. We will see you in our next video.